Welcome to Donegal County Museum. Donegal County Museum is based in the last remaining building of the Letterkenny Workhouse complex. We have a long, continuous history. Our building began when the Letterkenny Poor Law Union was created in June 1841. It was run by an elected Board of Guardians, and it covered an area of over 150 miles, stretching from Letterkenny town to Garton, to Manor-Cunningham and Castlereagh. At their first meeting in July 1841, a decision was made to build a workhouse in the town. So construction began in early 1842. Our building is made from beautiful Mount Charles sandstone, and it was declared fit for use in December 1844, and in March 1845 the first 46 paupers were admitted into the workhouse. Its design, we're only the remaining building. It was based on a 6-acre site, so our building was the reception of the administration block, where everybody had to enter through our beautiful blue doors downstairs. The blue doors at the front of the museum are the original doors from 1844, where everybody had to knock on to gain entry into the workhouse. Our workhouse was designed by George Wilkinson, who is the architect to the Poor Law Union in Ireland, and he designed most of the workhouses in Ireland. It's followed a standard plan of its design, so we were the front building. Behind us then was a large 4-storey building with beautiful ventilation shafts, which housed the male and female inmates, and then the master matron and the schoolmistress has their accommodation there as well. It also housed the schoolroom, and it had a yard for the male and female yard. Behind that, connected by a long building which housed the chapel and the dining room, was one of the largest buildings in Letterkenny. It was over 6 stories tall, and this housed the infirmary and also a ward for what were known as idiots at the time. And behind that was the mortuary room. Our building has been in continuous use from when it opened just before the famine in March 1845, and it was designed to accommodate 500 paupers. During the famine, of course, it's experienced overcrowding and mortality rates soared, and a lot of the mortality rates was due to fever, and separate fever buildings, temporary buildings, were created at the back of the main building to house those. After the famine, the workhouse was social care. There was no other hospitals available. There was no old age care. People who came in, who were elderly, came in and remained for the rest of their lives. No mental health care. It helped those. Though people came in to give birth, not alone single women who came in to give birth here and left with their babies. People came in for possibly a night, and people came in and stayed here for years. Men left here in the morning to go to work, and after the famine, conditions dramatically improved, so the food dramatically improved, so meat was available, tobacco was provided, and it covered a whole range of services, the workhouse. So the workhouse closed after the Board of Guardians held its last meeting in October 1922. So after the workhouse closed in 1922, the workhouse complex was home to many organisations and had many functions. The wholesale bottlers and aerated mill manufacturers were based here. They later became Limac in 1948. The fever hospital opened here in this building in 1928 and continued until became St Anne Maternity's Home in the 1950s. And that remained open till the new county hospital just opened beside us in 1961. Many people have returned from all over the world and said they've come back in to say that they've been born upstairs here. The Civil Defence was based here for many years. The Donegal County Council and Letterkenny Urban District Council Yard was based here. The Assistant Engineer was based here. You came here to register for births, deaths and marriages. Dr. McGinley held a dispensary here. So over the years, this museum building has had many functions. The boxing club was based at one of the buildings out the back, and then unfortunately the building was declared unsafe, so it had to move. And then by 1987, this building was transformed into Donegal County Museum. So by 1988, the remaining buildings behind us of the Letterkenny Workhouse complex were demolished and the new Garda station was built on top of them. To find out more about the museum, visit us on donegalculture.ie. Admission is free, we're open all year round, and we hold a huge variety of exhibition events, something for everybody. But drop in to see us and find out more about the history of the workhouses, to discover more about whether if you had any ancestors in Letterkenny Workhouse. Our colleagues in Donegal County Archives have digitised the workhouse records for County Donegal. There's over 460,000 records available online via Find My Past. If you drop into one of your local libraries, it's free, or else you can make an appointment with the County Archivist in Lifford. And we hope you drop in to discover more about the history and heritage of County Donegal.